It's Elimination Week on the Tastemaster SA as contestants fight to keep their spot in the competition. Who will bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal baking powder? Last Friday, after a surprise pop quiz up front, 3 contestants were forced to sit out of the challenge. The remaining 6 had 3 hours to recreate a patisserie shop experience in the Tastemaster kitchen. It was Samantha who took first place with her charming teddy bear creations, earning herself another mastery pin.
Welcome, contestants, to the Elimination Challenge. 3 of you did not get an opportunity to bake in the last challenge after dropping out of the patisserie pop quiz.
Still upset, I'm not over it. And today I just need to redeem myself.
I am so upset with myself. I'm here, all for one wrong answer in the pop quiz.
You know what? I'm back in the kitchen today. I'm excited. Let's see what this day brings.
En die ander 3, Lwazi, Khensani, Kyle, julle gebak het julle in die onderste 3 laat beland.
I made tiramisu and macarons. Yeah, I'll call them that because they were totally wrong.
Unfortunately, I overcomplicated things a little bit, too many elements on my plate, so here I am.
I think I deserve to be here today because I didn't finish on my last challenge. Yeah, I have to be here today.
Khensani, we all know you can bake a mean cake, but will you be showing us something a little different today?
Yes, I did take your comments about me playing it safe, and I think today I should do something different to what I'm used to doing.
Hierdie kompetisie raak taaier en taaier. En ongelukkig aan die einde van vandag se uitdaging gaan een van julle moet huis toe gaan.
For today's challenge, we are going back to our roots. Quite literally. Today, the star ingredient is the humble carrot.
Carrots, really, guys?
That's an interesting challenge.
Wortelkoek is een van die mees populêre gebak in Suid-Afrika. Gewoonlik gemaak met warm speserye soos kaneel en naaltjies en neutmuskaat en bedek met 'n roomkaas versiersel.
Today, we don't want to see an ordinary carrot cake with cream cheese icing. We want you to get creative. We want to see a bake that is bold and delicious, heroing carrots.
I am so glad that the judges don't want us to recreate a carrot cake because I personally don't enjoy them.
I was hoping to bake a cake today, but knowing that it's carrot now, pretty much I think half the other contestants are going to bake carrot cakes.
En natuurlik is dit nie net vir my en Zola wat julle moet beïndruk nie. Vandag se guest judge bak een van die beste wortelkoeke in die land.
My name is Mynhardt Joubert and I am a chef here in Paarl. I run a home restaurant, so I'm very fortunate to be able to live and work in the same space. And we invite people in to come and experience an authentic Paarl home kitchen experience. I haven't always been a chef. In my previous life, I was a dancer, a ballet dancer. I danced for a professional ballet company, toured overseas. I fell into the culinary world by pure chance. I always loved cooking growing up in the Eastern Free State where it was very closely associated with hospitality and just all the community that was always around in the family. So there was always cooking, there was always eating. So we always loved to prepare food and it's always been a sort of a very integral part of my whole being. And when I stopped dancing, it was almost like it just flowed naturally into the restaurant business, first of all, the wine industry, and then I opened up my first restaurant in Custard, and I've been cooking ever since and loving it. Contestants, welcome to your masterclass. So today we are going to be talking everything carrot cake. Now this carrot cake that we're making today is very special to me. I was gifted a carrot cake once for my birthday, anonymously. And it was so tasty and beautiful and wonderful that it has always haunted me. So I decided to develop the recipe and recreate that wonderful, wonderful gift into the cake that we're going to be baking today. Tip number 1, use fresh ingredients. And the first one we're going to start with is our eggs. 5 eggs going into the bowl. The only thing you don't want fresh are your bananas. We just got a little bit of color onto them so that we know that the taste and the flavor inside the fruit has already started developing. We're not going to mash the bananas like many recipes call for, but we're just going to put it into our blender with the eggs. We are doing this to add moisture and density to the cake.
Banana in a carrot cake? Never heard of that. That's the first.
Now we're going to add the sugar. I love using soft brown sugar. It makes the world of difference to this cake. Now we can add all our dry ingredients at once, and we're going to start with our baking powder. Just to make sure that our cake is going to rise beautifully, we're only going to use 1 teaspoon of baking powder in this recipe, and then another 10 milliliters of baking soda. I love using cinnamon, but not too many other spices in your carrot cake. Otherwise, the flavor and the taste just gets confusing. 2 cups of flour going in. I'd say a gentle mix for about a minute, just to make sure that everything is incorporated. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients, of which the first one is going to be these almonds. Now for another sort of addition to a very beautiful nutty flavor in the cake is desiccated coconut. These 2 ingredients are my top secret, powerful additions to this recipe. The first one being pineapple.
I'm very happy that he puts pineapples because I also add pineapple because it makes the cake nice and moist.
And then dates gives the most extraordinary texture to this cake. And finally, the hero of our cake is, of course, the carrots. And again, a quick mix, 30 seconds, and that's carrot cake done. Okay, so that's our batter done. Now these cakes are going to go into the oven. Now the only thing better than the cake, contestants, is this decadent, beautiful frosting, which is sort of a crossover between a traditional frosting and a buttercream frosting. And the essential thing that we're going to be adding to this, the color, is beetroot, and which is going to give it that beautiful earthy flavor. So we're going to start off with our butter. As soon as the butter turns a beautiful soft white to yellow, we're going to start adding our cream cheese. Now this is Philadelphia cream cheese, which is obviously decadent and beautifully rich. Now we're going to whip this until it's very well mixed. Now we're going to put in 500 grams of icing sugar. The white chocolate is our supporting act. So it's melted, you can just do it in the microwave, easiest, just use good quality. Then for our star ingredient, a little bit of beetroot puree. And that is our beautiful decadent cream cheese beetroot frosting done. Decorating, icing and garnishing cakes takes me to a very, very happy place. This is where you get to play. I like putting some of the frosting close to the edge, so when you put your second cake on, it sort of spills over to the side and gives you that beautiful idea of decadence.
At this point, when Chef Mynhardt is assembling his cake, I feel less is more because there's actually a lot going on that cake.
And the last little bit of love, some toasted chopped pistachios. And then I just want to say, you have to enjoy what you're going to be doing. Put your heart in it, all your childhood memories, everything that makes you a person. Put it inside this cake and people will taste it. Good luck.
Welcome our guest judge for today, Mynhardt Joubert.
That presentation definitely represents him.
We brought you this with lots of love. Yes.
It is so beautiful. Mynhardt, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Before we get going, to inspire you, let's enjoy Mynhardt's beautiful creation.
I can't wait to taste this cake. It looks beautiful, it looks exotic, it looks different. I've never seen anything like this.
I'm already hungry.
That icing was decadent. It really worked well with the cake, considering the flavors that he added into it.
Mouth-watering. I loved it.
Great crumb. A little bit too heavy on the banana for me, I felt.
I didn't think the bananas would go well inside that cake, but I lied to myself.
I need to get planning, but I'm taking this cake with me.
Up next, it's an elimination challenge as contestants get started on their own carrot-inspired bakes. Feeling inspired by Mynhardt's masterclass? You stand a chance of winning a Le Creuset baking hamper. Plus, to go into the draw for the grand viewers prize of a Thermomix TM6 smart connected cooking appliance. To enter, create a bake using royal baking powder. Take a pic of your creation with a product and reply to the competition post on our social media pages with hashtag #TheTasteMasterSA. T's and C's apply. Whose carrot-inspired creation will impress the judges? Bake more memories with tried and trusted royal baking powder.
Today, I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm gonna be making a carrot pie. I've never done it before, but at the same time, I think I must make a carrot cake so that I have a backup.
Oh man, I can't be making cakes because I've been making cakes ever since I've started on the show. Right now, I'm thinking of going with a tart. For the topping, I want to do a Swiss meringue buttercream.
I took a lot of notes during the class, but I've decided that I'm going to stick to the actual carrot sponge that I know and just experiment with the frosting.
I grew up eating a sweet that involves a lot of carrot, and it is called Halwa. There are different variations, but you do get a carrot halwa, which is very similar to Turkish delight.
I can't get it out my head that I still want to attempt a carrot cake. It's really something I love. I taste a bit of Mynhardt's cake. I can definitely taste chunks of the carrots and the dates, and I think to myself, you know what my cake will need is some ginger.
Onthou ouetjies, hierdie is 'n uitklopronde. Jy veg om jou plek in die kompetisie te behou. Jy het 3 ure om jou staal te wys.
As always, the Taste Master Pantry is open and available to you throughout the challenge. Of course, you all possess a special pin that allows you to request a speciality ingredient. So would any of you like to use that pin today?
Yes.
Megan, what would you like to request?
I would like some preserved ginger.
Right. Please hand over your pin.
This is not an everyday item, and the fresh ginger is just not going to cut it. I'm happy to use my pin.
Contestants, are you ready to bake more memories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your challenge starts in 3, 2, 1. Get baking!
Okay, 2¼ cups of sugar.
And I need ginger.
I need to get started on my carrot cake ice cream. I need to get my ingredients from the pantry, my cream from the Samsung bespoke fridge.
Today I'm making a short crust pastry, carrot custard, and a Swiss meringue buttercream.
Lwazi, I
Yes,
think I'm in
Sana?
shock. My system can't take what's happening. I don't see Devonshire sponge.
Not Devonshire
I see
sponge
pastry.
Today I've decided to come out of my box.
Oh, we love that for you, yes?
Yeah, so I'll be making a carrot custard tart.
Okay,
Yes.
carrot custard. Explain
Yes.
that to me.
Can't really explain it because I
Because
need
you
to.
have no idea
Yes,
what it
yes. So I actually need to make it and see how it turns out. This is looking good. Off to the fridge to rest.
Today, I am going to make a classic carrot cake, but with a twist. I'm going to be adding ginger, and my frosting is going to be a burnt butter frosting.
Tell us what the plan is.
Is to have a carrot cake, a marshmallow mix on top, and just blow-torch it, add some toasted nuts and some coconut.
The spices smell incredible.
I'm using cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and cloves.
Okay, well, let's see if you conquer the carrots.
I am going to start with my halwa now. This is quite a labor-intensive process because I have to cook this on a low heat for at least 45 minutes. And if I don't cook it for 45 minutes, it means my halwa is not going to set, which is the key ingredient and the star of the dish.
Today, I'm taking all the traditional elements that you'd find in a carrot cake, and I'm taking it apart, and I'm going to serve it in other formats. So I'm doing a pineapple custard, a carrot cake pudding, a cream cheese icing, candied carrots, and to top it all, a carrot cake and pecan nut ice cream.
Khensani,
Hi, Judge.
I've been told that you are the queen of cakes.
I hope so. One part of the creation will be like a carrot cake because I can't just stay away from
I
it. It's
hear
my
you,
comfort
I hear
zone.
you.
And I had to go a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I hope it's going to work because
Okay,
I
tell
haven't
me
done
about
this
it.
before. It's a carrot pie.
And there's some very technologically advanced things going on there.
So right now I'm using my Thermomix to steam my carrots, and I'm going to puree it with the Thermomix machine as well.
Okay.
And get going with the pie.
I'm having difficulty sort of understanding. So you're doing a sponge, a carrot sponge, and you're doing a pie. So how do the two come together?
They're going to come together somehow later.
Oh, okay.
When you taste, I hope everything comes together.
After tasting that cake, there's a lot of pressure. However, I'm going to make it the way that I like it. So I'm just going to add some coconut, some cranberries, some pecans, and some pineapple.
I'm thinking of a warm carrot cake, so I want warmth from the ginger. And then
sounds amazing.
I'm also going to burn my butter for my iced tea. So we just get some warm flavors in there. So I hope it's enough, but yeah, I'm excited.
very intrigued. I think it's going to add a lovely sort of a base earthy flavour
Yes,
to your
that's what
cake. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So right now I'm busy with my custard. I've already got my cream going. I've put in here my egg yolks, caster sugar, and my corn flour. So once this is warm, I'll put just a bit in there, and then I'll just put my carrot juice as I go in to get the perfect balance. Custard is looking good, tastes great. Time to chill it in the fridge.
So I'm not really familiar with pastry, and I'm not comfortable learning this when I'm rushed for time. So I'm thinking of making a cookie crust. Just put a bit of melted butter so that it binds together, and then obviously bake it in the oven.
It's quite a hand-eye coordination maneuver I've got going on here, but time is limited today.
My pineapple custard is going to be interesting. I make a really nice, rich, thick custard, only ever with cream. And to get the pineapple flavor, I'm going to pan fry it, caramelize it, blitz it up in my Thermomix, and then add it into my custard base. Voila.
The reason the halwa takes so much of time is because you have to constantly add in spoonfuls of hot fat. In this case, I'm using clarified butter, and that cooks the cornstarch out as well as helps the halwa set in the fridge.
The sponge, it's looking great. However, I'm just worried that it won't be light enough. So I quickly whisk some egg whites and then just fold them in there just for more air and more fluffiness. Looking good, it's ready to bake. I'm so happy with the size of the Samsung oven because I can fit 3 of my cakes at the same time.
Perfect. I hope it sets well though. My hands are so sore at this stage as I am stirring this and it feels like it's been forever. I have so much of respect for my grandma at this stage. Stirring that pot of halwa in the Durban heat, hats off to her, man.
Preserved ginger is quite sweet, but it's also very strong. The moment you taste a little bit, it really pops in your mouth. I don't want to add too much ginger and overpower the carrots, but at the same time, that ginger needs to come across, because now I've used my pin, we need to taste ginger.
Kyle, you are really moving here. It looks like you've got quite a few things done.
Yes, so far what I'm doing currently is I'm doing the vanilla cream cheese. I'm going to put a bit of mascarpone in here. And then I've already got my ice cream. I said I've got the roasted pineapple anglaise. And then
I smelled that earlier. It smells amazing.
Thanks. And then I'm doing a carrot pudding, a baked carrot pudding.
So,
and then,
again, a lot of components, guys.
But it's a quick one.
Okay. Sohail, this is a gorgeous pot of carroty goodness. What is in the pot?
This is my halwa, which is the main dish.
Okay, so this is your halwa component. What is your baked component of your dish?
It's going to be on a thin sheet of a cardamom spice carrot cake.
That sounds amazing.
It does. It sounds very unusual, very different.
Share the recipe with us.
So the thing with this recipe is, this recipe has been given to my granny by my granny's grandmother, which obviously is so it's about 100 years old.
Okay. Sure.
This recipe, and I hope I do justice.
Okay, but you know, still, Mynhardt wants to know, are you going to share that? Are we part of the family now? Wow.
Yes.
Okay. He didn't even think about it. Did you notice?
Yes, because every family
But you know what? That's cool.
It's a family recipe. Keep it secret.
Yes.
We're excited to taste it.
Deelnemers, julle het 2 ure oor om julle gebak klaar te maak. Come on guys, let's get going.
Originally, I was going to use normal caster sugar, but after seeing Chef Mynhardt's masterclass, I opted for packed brown sugar, so I have a more moist cake.
Is that your pineapple custard? Oh, so excited.
Yes? Good. You get pineapple. Okay, that's the most important part. Nicely.
The pie filling is tasting very good. I'm really excited right now. I think everything is going according to plan.
Lwazi,
Zola?
I see you've got the beginnings of a Swiss meringue.
Yes.
Have you made one before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so why the decision to make one today?
I just want to come out of my box and just show that I've learned something on the show.
I love it. I'm glad that the masterclasses are coming in handy and you are growing.
Yes.
Wonderful to see. Okay, get that off and start whisking it.
I think the sugar hasn't dissolved yet.
I think it has.
You think so?
Yeah.
And it's set. It's perfect. It's not too chewy and it's not too soft. It's exactly what I wanted.
Up next, after a good start to the challenge, who will finish strong and avoid elimination?
Can somebody please help me?
What do you need?
Please take the top tin out because the cake is already at the bottom.
Okay. How's that?
Perfect. Thank you.
That looks good.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful, consistent color, eh?
I think it's because of the brown sugar that I use.
Oh, that's a good call.
Right, Megs, what you got there?
So I've got a carrot caramel, it's a butterscotch. All right. And I wrote it down as 200 degrees, but I feel like that's a little bit too high.
Yeah, because I think that could be too high for crack stage, but you're close. You're close.
Just for a caramel.
Yeah, you want it to still be saucy. You're going to put cream in
the
here?
middle. Yeah, I'm going to put some cream in just for the middle.
I think it's definitely ready for you to put cream in.
Yes,
yeah.
all right.
It's just a flavor thing.
Yes, yeah.
On the right track.
Thank you.
In here, I've got cream and white chocolate along with saffron. So I am making a saffron ganache. The thought just popped in a few minutes ago, and I'm going to glaze my halwa with it.
So I'm starting my carrot pudding now. I've got most of my other elements done. So I'm going to grate my carrots, get my eggs and my sugar together, sabi on it, whisk everything together, add all my nuts, and add my raisins into the salve molds and into the oven. Yeah, for now things are really going well. Actually, I'm quite chuffed. Yeah.
I'm just trying to put this cream cheese on top of this filling, the carrot filling, and it's gonna go into the oven. I'm a little bit concerned about my timing, but the cake is not so big. It's like mini cake, so I don't think it's gonna take long to come out of the oven. Let's see how it goes.
At this stage, I am really uncertain as to how to cut the cake and that, because I don't want this to be too high as well.
With the marshmallows, I just have to whisk my egg whites until the stiff peak stage and then melt my sugar, my carrot juice and my maple syrup and then just let it simmer and then incorporate it together. And I'm heating my sugar in the Samsung gas stove. I'm using the simmer burner because I want gentle heat in my sugar. I don't want to burn the sugar.
I might have to start all over because this is not looking good. All I see is smoke. So we try again. So
yes.
I messed it up.
What happened?
I put cream cheese.
You put cream cheese where?
In my meringue.
But you said you were making buttercream, Swiss buttercream.
Yeah, I wanted to try something else.
So, these risks you take.
Yeah.
So now you're starting again?
Yes.
What's happening there?
Yeah, I feel like I added too much water.
What is it supposed to be?
Marshmallow.
Okay, so what are you going to do instead?
I don't know, I think I'll have to use half the mixture. No, perhaps reduce the juice on the side.
Yeah, or you need to take it in another direction maybe.
Like add it into the icing. Yeah. I think so.
But
too.
maybe turn it into something completely different.
Yeah.
Maybe turn it into a custard. But I don't think that's going to turn into a marshmallow.
Yeah, it's not.
But you know, use this as an invention moment and just something great can come from this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Deelnemers, ons is halfpad in, 1,5 uur oor.
Come on, guys, halfway through, let's go!
Let's go, let's go.
Oh, this set perfectly. It's exactly what I wanted.
I'm thinking about my cake. I need a crunch element to this cake. Spumetti. This is my mom's. She makes it every Christmas. It's basically a meringue where you add a lot of nibbed almonds to it. I decide to substitute the almonds for the pecan nuts.
I am trimming the carrot cake sponges. I have to cut them in half again because they are too high.
This thing with the cream cheese didn't turn out so good. I'm really disappointed. This carrot pie really needs to be 100 out of 10.
Okay, I'm adding in my butter now. But it's kind of melting inside. Guys, I don't know what's happening. Today's just not my day.
And you measured the amount of butter?
Not really.
Why didn't you measure the butter? What recipe are you following?
My heart. Winging it at this time, not a great idea. But I will not panic much. There's still time. Attempt number 3.
Because you could still make a cream cheese frosting.
Yes.
Which you've made before and you know how to.
Yes. I think I'm gonna go with the cream cheese icing. That will save me, hopefully.
Ooh, what have you done here?
That is my burnt butter frosting, buttercream frosting.
I've been waiting all day to taste this.
Your patience is remarkable.
And?
Lovely.
Megan, you.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm making a glazed carrot as well. It's just nice to put it on the top, remind everyone what we're cooking here, which is a carrot cake. So just to tie it in all nicely.
Everything's coming together. My cooked carrot is coming along. My ice cream is in the freezer, it's setting, and my custard is made. My puddings are done. I'm just going to blanch and glaze some carrots quickly. Great idea, stole from someone else.
I'm glad I can inspire Carl. What did they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
1 hour left on the clock.
Come on, guys, 1 hour to go. Are we decorating? Are the cakes out the oven? Come on, guys, last stretch. Nobody cares.
No.
Thanks, Megs.
I initially wanted my ganache to be a little bit weaker, to drip, but my ganache is way too firm. At this stage, it's really not coming the way I anticipated it would. Yeah, now I'm starting to stress a bit.
I am in my own bubble and I've told myself, Ukuthi, no matter what goes wrong, I just need to come up with plan B so that if I go home, I know that I did my best.
Ooh, look, we got marigolds. Very pretty.
I really don't know what else to do to this carrot pie because I was thinking of putting whipped cream, but I'm thinking it might melt on me. This pie needs to be a showstopper, but I'm blank.
Time is running out, but I know I can make it. The short crust pastry is looking amazing. And my custard, divine. I think I can still make it.
Mynhardt gave me a really good idea. He said, how about doing it farm style, whereby I just create a collage on the plate of all my elements and there's no actual structure. I'm actually going to go for it.
They haven't risen as much as I would like, but I decided instead of making little meringues on top, I'm just going to crunch them over and I'm sure we'll get the same effect. And they taste incredible. Oh, just such a good flavor, and I'm definitely going to try that again.
They definitely don't look like my macarons.
Things have not gone how I would have wanted them to go, but my halwa is really unique, so I actually stand a good shot at this.
I have 3 layers of carrot sponge, so I'm going to go with a naked cake vibe.
That looks delicious.
Thank you.
Yummy.
I'm going to top it with some pecan nuts and some coconut, toasted coconuts, just to bring in the flavor of that pecan nut and coconut that's already in the cake. Gooseberries are the only fruit that I pair my carrot cake with, so I'm just going to stick with something that has worked for me in the past.
Contestants, this is your final 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go.
I look across, there's another carrot cake being made as well, but we're the only 2 that have made carrot cakes. So many people have made something completely different. It is a bit of a nerve-wracking thought that it might not be enough.
There's still time left and I'm done. It looks good to the eye. The texture, the color, I just hope that it tastes good because it's the first time I'm making this. Not my best, but yeah.
Right now, I'm really hoping somebody else does a very big mistake. That will work for me.
To assemble my tarts, I'm gonna be putting in first my custard inside, and then I'll just pipe some cream cheese on top. Keep it simple. I actually managed to pull this off, and with all my flops in between, wow, this is amazing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right step away from your bakes.
And time's up. I'm very happy with my cake. I actually think it worked out better.
Looking at my plate, everything's on. Last little minute rush, a little bit of panic, but success.
Let fate take its course.
Up next, the judges sit down to taste the carrot-inspired creations and to decide who will be going home. Who will avoid elimination and earn a spot in the next round? Bake more memories with a Tastemaster SA and tried and trusted royal baking powder.
Considering that this is an elimination challenge, I'm very proud of what I'm putting in front of the judges today to taste.
What makes my carrot cake special, besides the fact that I baked from the heart today, I didn't only add cinnamon, I added some ginger and some whole spice. My icing is a carrot custard.
Yeah, I arrived at your station at a critical time when your initial marshmallow plan didn't work. And hats off to you, because you took the advice and you made it your own and you turned it into something fantastic. And in my life, I found that, you know, those are the times that one comes up with like really brilliant things.
I love the color of the custard. It looks amazing. I've never seen a carrot cake with a frosting that has that color, so I'm very happy.
It's so moist, the flavors complement each other. I think all the slight and small additions that you made were beneficial. So it was great decisions that you made on the fly, under pressure, which says a lot about your character, but it also says a lot about your skill set.
I love everything about this. You can taste everything. You taste the nuts, you taste the cranberries. I think the color is spectacular. It's just like sunny yellow, beautiful thing. And then I also love the gooseberries. It really works with the rest of the flavors. So you're well done.
This is everything and more that I want in a carrot cake. Icing, wow. It's so smooth and so luscious and so light and the perfect amount of sweetness. Yum.
Nqobile's cake looks amazing. The judges loved it. I hope she saves a piece for me.
I'm very happy that they loved my sponge. A good sponge means a lot to me, actually.
Remind us what makes your carrot cake unique.
Okay, so I put a lot of warmth into this cake. So the ginger and the pecan nuts, and there's a bit of apricot jam. So when I think of those flavors, I just think of a, I don't know, warm Sunday afternoon with the family. Oh.
Should we dig in?
Yes.
I know what a good carrot cake looks like inside. I can see it's got a nice rise. It's still moist, but not too dense, and I'm feeling happy.
Megan, so delicious. The touch of that ginger, you absolutely played your pin in the right moment. That hint of spiciness that it lends to an otherwise very sweet bake is such a lovely contrast, really delicious. The only issue I have is just the texture of your frosting, a little bit grainy and maybe slightly too sweet.
Definitely the sweetness and also then the amount thereof. I actually had to eat some cake without it, but flavor, experience, overwhelming.
I've got this lingering taste of ginger in my mouth, and then that beautiful, salty, smoky, buttery taste at the end. And I just sort of want to just cling on to it. But it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Megan.
The ginger comes through lovely, and I'm so happy they can actually taste that ginger. Unfortunately, the frosting's a little bit sweet. I'm a bit disappointed, but all in all, I'm very, very happy with what I made.
I feel like I should have stuck with my carrot cake. Seeing that Meghan and Nqobile did a carrot cake, I was like, why didn't I do my carrot cake? Why didn't I do my carrot cake?
Okay, so this is a carrot pie seated on a cookie crust and a little bit of cream cheese on top. It's got nutmeg inside, a bit of ginger, and a bit of cinnamon.
Khensani, it's very nice, okay? Not sure if I love the cookie base, okay? The consistency of the pie is quite nice. I really like it. It's very smooth. I think the flavors are well integrated and in balance with each other.
I was hoping for a little bit more. This is a competition and you did have 3 hours, and although you decided not to present half of it, I was hoping that the half that you gave me was going to be something else that I tasted now. I think in future, just take courage and don't lose confidence halfway.
I think, you know, we've been calling you the cake lady. We can also call you the pie lady from now on. I love the flavor. I think it's not too sweet. The texture is spot on. But what I do think is, it is maybe a little bit too simple. But in terms of execution of this carrot pie, I think you did a wonderful job, a stellar job. Well done to you for taking a risk and for sticking to your guns.
I think I like the fact that they like how it tastes, unlike if they said it tastes horrible. And I really feel the feedback was honest.
Looking at my plate, I mean, this is not exactly what I wanted to have on my full bake. So I could be going home.
Lwazi, nobody, maybe you might be, but nobody is happier than me to see something on a plate, because boy, did we go through it with your your Swiss meringue buttercream. But I'm glad that you put together what looks like a beautiful, beautiful dessert. So tell me exactly what you ended up with.
I made a carrot custard tart topped with a cream cheese filling.
On that note, let's taste.
Let's taste.
Oh, tasty.
The judges are tasting. My heart is pumping very hard. I'm just crossing my fingers.
I wasn't expecting this at all. I saw you making the pastry and the casing, and my biggest concern was that it was going to be too tough and it was going to be, it's too much. And from the first slice, it just sort of crumbles onto the plate. You put it in your mouth, it tastes like your granny's cooking. It's like those old biscuits that we grew up with. That beautiful nutmeg just comes through. It's fantastic. And then this wonderful carrot custard that you've got underneath here. Sure, it's like the stuff the dreams are made of. Just want to eat and eat and eat. And then I think the Swiss meringue would have ruined it.
I'm super proud of myself.
Lwazi, you've been holding out on us. Yeah. You've been giving us Devonshire sponge all this time, but who knew you were a pastry master? This is so buttery and so short. The texture of your custard, that carrot custard, wow. The only criticism is if you're going to put nuts on top, toast the nuts. And oh, the carrot ribbon with the thyme, delicious. I wish there was more though. Yeah, delicious.
Lwazi, this is freaking amazing. Yes! Like, it is just on so many levels satisfying. I cannot tell you. I've got goosebumps. Well done. Well done.
Ooh. I didn't expect such feedback. Today I pushed myself and came out of my box and did something different. So I'm glad the judges liked it. I'm happy.
Have you written this recipe down?
This guy never plans anything.
I grew up eating carrot halwa, and it was the first time that I made it. I hope the judges enjoy it. Hi judges, this recipe has come down 5 generations, and this specific dish is only prepared on auspicious occasions. I have made a carrot halwa. It sits on a carrot and cardamom cake enrobed in a white chocolate ganache and a dark chocolate ganache with a pistachio praline and a carrot rose.
Sohail, what an interesting sensory experience. Such different textures. I really enjoy the texture of your halwa. Love the nuts running through it. I think it's actually great that the carrot is slightly crunchy as well, which also makes it really interesting. I enjoyed the chocolatey one more. The white chocolate one, there was something about it that struck me as too much. I don't know if it was too much saffron or it was too much cardamom. It came across to me as like medicinal. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you. For me, I was moved by it, you know, because it was so unfamiliar and new. But I thought this was well textured and an absolute adventure and journey for me. Well done.
It transported me. Like, I could taste the history. It's like magic. It's like a potion that you're drinking. I was completely intoxicated by this. This is absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
My bake was really unique, and I executed it really well, so I know I am safe.
I'm happy to present this to the judges. Everything's there. I feel everything's balanced. I've got this today.
This looks amazing. I love all the colors and the textures and the heights and all the action going on here. Can you explain to us?
So first up, we have a warm carrot pudding. And on top of that, we got caramelized pineapple and some candied carrot. And then pineapple anglaise. And then I have a lemon and mascarpone and cream cheese cream. And that is a carrot cake ice cream.
Sure.
With pecan nuts.
And more.
I'm a little bit skeptical about the ice cream and that texture of that ice cream. I think the nuts might not have been necessary, but I'm super excited for the dessert. Can we taste?
Please.
Kyle always stands out. Kyle just goes over the top with everything he does.
Well, I want to kick off by apologizing. I was wrong about the ice cream. Because that texture is actually beautiful because the pudding is just so soft and gentle, right? So that texture is actually beautiful. For me personally, I feel like this is your highlight so far. I think all the small touches that you did make made a difference.
Every little thing that I've tasted now on this plate individually, it is phenomenal, but together, it's a little bit overwhelming for me. If I could give you some advice, is maybe just to tone it down a little bit. And I gather you've heard this before.
He's laughing because we say that to him too.
Yeah. You're very good. You're very good at what you do. You don't have to prove yourself. I think just have confidence in maybe one or two
Less
things.
is more.
Yeah, and make it really, really prominent.
As soon as I took a mouthful of that pineapple custard and that carrot pudding,
Heaven.
I almost wept. It is so perfectly balanced. It's so comforting. Carrot, pineapple, heaven. Thank you, Carl.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
So good.
I'm really happy with what I did today. I have no fear of going home.
Okay, well, it's decision time.
Next up, who will win the judges' praise and who will be heading to the next elimination? Earning a spot in the next round will put contestants closer to the ultimate grand prize, including a Thermomix TM6 smart connected cooking appliance, Le Creuset baking accessories, and state-of-the-art Samsung home and kitchen appliances, including a 95-litre, 90-centimetre gas burner with a triple flame wok plate. Bake more memories with a Tastemaster SA and Royal Baking Powder.
Contestants, we were truly impressed today by your efforts. You really did bring your A game today. You excelled at this elimination challenge. We hope that you realize what you can produce when you bring your A game. So thank you for putting your best foot forward. Mynhardt would like to speak about somebody who excelled today.
Yes, so first of all, to all of you, I was blown away today, really I was. And you can be very, very proud of yourselves. Obviously, there's one person that I want to single out today, and that's Lwazi. We saw you cooking over there, and it was like a whole big production going on, and Swiss meringues being done twice and not working, and I thought, okay. And when you put your plate down on the table, the only way I can describe it is being on like a 20-hour international flight and you are in a very bad seat right at the back of the plane and then being upgraded to first class. And that's exactly what your bake did for me today. It was creamy, it was dreamy. So well done. You've got a gift. Treasure it, nurture it, work at it. You've got a wonderful, wonderful future ahead of you. Yeah. Yes.
Yay, Lwazi!
I'm happy that I was actually able to pull myself out of the back and actually shine at the end. That just taught me to never give up.
Today, someone will be going home, but the journey does not end. Build from this point onwards. This is the foundation now. What was your ceiling is now your foundation from where you will move forward. So today, the person that will be going home is Khensani.
And I'm not surprised. and I'm thinking, it's okay, it's okay.
Khensani, you stepped out of your comfort zone, you stepped out of the familiar. And for that, we will always be extremely proud of you. That was a bold step. But you baked an additional dish, which took time, energy, focus, which never even made it onto the plate. And what I want to advise is to back yourself 100%. When you go there, go 100%.
Khensani, we are very sad to see you go, but today is your last journey on the Taste Master. Thank you so much. And to the rest of you, keep this standard of work. We will see you in the next challenge.
I'll forever be grateful for this opportunity. I've met wonderful people. It has really taught me to step outside of my box and to learn new things.
One thing that I learned today is that baking from your heart can really put a smile on people's faces, and I'm going to stick with that for as long as I am here.
Next Friday, the top 8 contestants are back in the Taste Master kitchen, and this time they must prove their ability to pair flavors. It's a challenge that may seem simple at first glance, but in the Taste Master kitchen, nothing is ever as simple as it seems.
Another feel-good production.